Hey guys, it's Cheers Nashi, and today I'm going to analyze Crash 500 with you guys. Okay, so starting off, you can see that we're on the 24-hour time frame, which is the day time frame. Primarily, there's nothing we want here, so we move to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, in the 4-hour time frame, you can see that we have a trend, we have an uptrend. As you can see that this is a low, this is another low, this is another low. So, but we don't get the proper highs that we want to make a channel, so we move on to a smaller time frame. So in this case, I'm going to move to the 1-hour time frame. Okay, let me zoom out a bit. Okay, this is the 1-hour time frame. The first thing we do is we look for the trend. We have a bottom here, we have a lower low, we have a high, and we've got another lower low. Okay, so we're going to work with this low and this high and this low. So based on that, we should be able to put a channel and see where the market is likely to head. So we go here, we select our parallel channel, we touch the lowest point, touch the next point, which is there, and we touch the highest point, which is there. We can see that now we have a pattern. So you can see that the market is moving. It's moving. It touched this point, move downwards, touch this point, it's now moving upwards. It will touch that point eventually, and from there it's either it will break or it will continue going down. So based on that, you now know that the market has to touch this point. The market has to touch that point, right? Okay. Now, knowing this, we start to move on to a lower time frame. But before we go, right now I can see that we can insert another channel inside our first channel. Okay, we don't remove the first channel. This is our first low, this is our second low, this is our high. Just like that, you can see that we now have a second channel which is inside our channel, meaning we have another uptrend inside the main uptrend. Okay, so Crash 500s, if we're looking for buys, we would move on. We now know that we're looking for buys. The next thing we do is we move on. We are now in the 30-minute time frame. Okay, at this point, all you have to do is take your rectangle and mark all the support zones, mark all the strong support zones. You can see that we have this as a support zone. Okay, we have this as a support zone. Okay, we have this as a support zone. Okay, looking at this, we have these three support zones. So what do we do now? We look for our entry based on these support zones. If these zones are broken and retested, that's when we buy. So in this case, we are working on this zone. But before we talk about that zone, we have to put a trend line touching the highs. You can see that our diagonal trend line was broken. Our diagonal trend line was broken. Let me just remove this so that we have a better view. Okay, something like this. You can see that this diagonal trend line was broken on the 30-minute time frame. So, with that to consider, we now know that the market has broken the structure and is now headed to touch the next resistance zone, which is this one. So, our first trade, our entry would be where it is right now. Our stop loss would be right below the first low, and then our TP would target this liquidity right here. So this is a 1:1 risk to reward ratio. I wouldn't recommend entering it, but you can if you want to. It's a short trade, and if you're a scalper, I bet you'd love this. Then our second TP, our second trade would be the same entry right now. Okay, would be where it is right now. Our stop loss would be a bit lower, touching the first zone, just under the first zone here, and our take profits would be at the top of this line after it breaks this liquidity, and then it heads up to touch the first resistance. So working with that, you now have two good trades that you can enter and make money on Crash 500. So based on this, you know how the market moves and you know how to risk. Make sure you don't risk all your money on this trade. Make sure that you put your stop loss, because if you're gonna risk, yeah, good money. If you're gonna risk $100, you're gonna make around $238, which is a 1:2.3, 1:2.4 ratio, which is very, very good. And if you take this trade, I promise you will make good money. Okay, you know how the market moves. You know how the market moves, guys. This is Crash 500. So don't be expecting it to go up at once to touch this point. This is Crash. It might come, touch this point, touch this TP, fall back to test this zone, and even go down a bit to retest this trend line that I drew. And then after retracing this trend line, it might start going up, and then come again, break this part. After breaking it, retest it, then continue going up. So that's how the market moves. You should have that in mind always. Or it could also do this. It could also just go up and touch our TP. Who knows? We just pray that it will get to our TP much quicker. We have more TP hits by the light of day. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and comment. And we'll give you more things that are to come.